Good morning and welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Animals and Pets with Partha. Today I am going to be talking to you about understanding the dog world. It is indeed very noticeable that hundreds and thousands of people in this country want to achieve something in this dog world. We have at the moment one of the fastest growing dog populations, purebred dog populations in the world. It is being the biggest world's democracy, and dogs actually was introduced, purebred dogs were introduced to this country by the Britishers hundreds of years ago. Our kennel club, the Kennel Club of India, is about 150 years old. Our various kennel clubs, the local clubs like the Calcutta Kennel Club, the Mysore Kennel Club, the Uttarakhand Kennel Club, and various others, have also histories of being there for the last century, from the British era. The country, after its independence, of course, the Britishers left, and the Kennel Club, like most other organizations, was left to the Indians to run it. Initially, the people who took it up, they ran it with great earnest, and there were some wonderful people involved in the Indian dog world. There were Maharaja Bhadri, there was then you had Maharaja Jaideep Singh of Baria, then you had many others. There are numerous to name. You had Ajoy Bhose, you had Amalendu Roy, you had many people who had great values which they imparted into this dog world. And I am fortunate to have had the association of some of these great people. But then, in the 80s, it slowly went into wrong hands. And the biggest club, or whatever, I don't know, is a syndicate was formed. The syndicate took over the dog game. And the syndicate started working on a policy of removing all these old-timers who were the guardians of the very great dog world that we had, which was passed on to us by the Britishers. This syndicate destroyed all his values, all his barriers, all his ethics, and slowly inducted commercial people and tried to commercialize. And slowly, in the last 2 decades or so, corruption was completely institutionalized. Anyway, now with the courts taking cognizance of this corruption and trying to book the culprits, the syndicate, many people now, with no dog game going, and also no announcement as to what the future beholds, the dog lovers of this country, the purebred dog lovers who are interested in pursuing this hobby, have suddenly come forward and have started several national clubs. Namely, we already had, of course, the Indian National Kennel Club, which has been holding shows for the last 60 years or so or more. And then you have now the United Kennel Club, which is affiliated to the World Kennel Union, and the Indian National Kennel Club, which I mentioned before, is associated with the My Allianza, which also has some international linkage. And then you have the Indian Kennel League, which is affiliated to the WDF, the World Dog Federation. There are many people, the dog lovers, who have been deprived of the opportunity to get involved in the dog world by the syndicate, has now come forward, and they have expressed their interest to become judges, organizers, and help in sort of training, grooming, anything related to dogs. There are hundreds and thousands of people around the country who have been completely sidelined and have been deprived of any sort of opening or opportunity, has found that the field is wide open for them to come and take up the space, the empty space, to give the dog lovers of this country an opportunity to have a fair go and to show their lovely dogs under sort of level conditions, where justice will be done at dog shows, and it will not be institutionalized corruption like it's been going on and has been carrying on in by the syndicates, who have actually minted money from every point and has given to the dog world nothing in return. It has kept people out for membership on the plea that it is run on British system, so that we will not allow people to come in. We will a few people will distribute the booty, their collection. They have been stamping imported on the papers of smuggled dogs. Importation of dogs is a complete ban. And this syndicate specialized in promoting this smuggling in connivance with a lot of unscrupulous people, both here and abroad, who have been continuously bringing in smuggled dogs to the porous borders, and they have been duly endorsed in India by the syndicate as imported, thereby promoting the smuggling. So as soon as if these dogs weren't stamped imported, they would lose their market value, and nobody would then want to import expensive dogs into this country or smuggle these imported dogs into this country, because they are just trying to fool our administration in the border and our weak vigilance system, which has allowed this continuous smuggling of dogs through its porous borders of Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar. And this opportunity or this weakness of our administration is not to catch and punish these smugglers. This syndicate has, in the meantime, minted crores and crores of rupees by stamping them as imported. Then, most of these dog shows, the judges who have been coming, they come on tourist visa, which is not. They come because they are earning. They are earning all their travel, they are earning their fees, their pocket money, their shopping money, their hotel stay and everything. So it is not that it's giving an impression as if tourists are coming in and they're spending money in this country. It's not so. It's the syndicate which has put up a system with the help of stooges around this country, who are actually spending that money. So bags and loads of most of these unscrupulous judges who have come into this country have gone back with loads of shopping done with free money from the looted from the dog lovers of this country in the plea of dog shows. Anyway, let us hope that we are looking at a brighter future with these new kennel clubs coming in, and with the court coming down heavily on the syndicate and the new clubs. I only wish that they run dog shows with sincerity and honesty and with a sense of service to the dog world. With these few words, and I will of course bring in all other informations from time to time and its development. At the present, the picture looks bright. There are a lot of people who have decided to break away and not listen to the empty threats given by this syndicate that they are going to, do this and do that, which they have no authority. Because all these clubs that have come in, they're actually officially recognized by the government of India. They're registered under Societies Registration Act, similar to what the syndicate claims that they are also. Nevertheless, I wish all these people, all the aspiring judges and all the trainers and the handlers, that they need to go under some sort of training. And I'm sure with time, we should come up with institutes with proper training for judges, for trainers, handlers, groomers, and all the rest. Thank you, and I will come back again soon with much more interesting topics and all the information about the dog world. Presently, this coming season, in a few months' time, I am sure you will see a lot of dog shows happening around this country, and a lot of new people who would be coming out and officiating at these dog shows as judges. I wish them all well. Please study. You must study your breeds. You must learn your dogs. And I have enjoyed my life with dogs and judging dogs in India and around the world. I'm sure you will also enjoy if you do it sincerely and you do it as if it is a passion. You will enjoy it more, because here it is not money. You are not going to be paid by these clubs to judge. It is just your interest, your passion that is going to drive you to spend your valuable pastime in this wonderful hobby of ours. Thank you and bye, and see you soon again.